Welcome back to the channel, my spooky friends. Tonight, we have a special treat for you. Tonight, we're dimming the lights and venturing into the chilling depths of abandoned asylums, places where the past and the paranormal collide. These decaying fortresses, once home to the troubled and tormented, now house echoes of their suffering. The restless spirits bound to these halls, their whispers and cries still resonate through the empty corridors. Tonight we explore two such places, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium and the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Both are infamous for their dark histories, and ghostly inhabitants will uncover their haunting histories, the despair that soaked their walls and the tormented souls who linger within. From the tragic tales of mistreatment to the eerie encounters reported by visitors, we leave no stone unturned. So lock your doors, turn off the lights, and huddle close. Prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown. Let the shivers crawl up your spine as we unveil the horrors that await in these abandoned asylums. Are you ready to face the darkness with us? Nestled in the hills of Louisville, Kentucky, stands a monolithic structure, cold and imposing against the skyline. Its very presence sends shivers down the spine of those who dare to approach. This, my friends, is Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a place where hope went to die. The air around it seems to carry the weight of countless sorrows and unfulfilled dreams. Opened in 1910, Waverly Hills was meant to be a beacon of hope for tuberculosis patients. It was a state-of-the-art facility, designed to provide the best care possible during a time when tuberculosis was a death sentence. But as the disease ravaged its victims, the sanatorium became a place of despair, its sterile halls echoing with the coughs of the dying. The once hopeful atmosphere turned grim as the reality of the disease set in. Imagine, if you will, the terror in the eyes of those patients, their bodies wasting away, their coughs echoing through the empty halls. The fear of the unknown, the dread of the inevitable hung heavy in the air. The air grew thick with the stench of bleach and decay, a constant reminder of the ever-present grip of death. The smell was inescapable, seeping into every corner of the building. Whispers of experimental treatments and failed procedures began to circulate, painting a grim picture of what truly transpired within those walls. Stories of patients subjected to cruel and unusual treatments in a desperate attempt to find a cure. One of the most chilling tales from Waverly Hills revolves around room 502. This room has become infamous for the tragic events that unfolded within its walls. This room, they say, was home to a young nurse who, after discovering she was pregnant by a doctor at the sanatorium, took her own life. The weight of her secret and the fear of the consequences drove her to despair. Driven to despair, she threw herself from the window, her screams forever etched into the building's essence. The tragedy of her story lingers, a haunting reminder of the human cost of the sanatorium's history. But her torment didn't end there. Her spirit is said to be trapped within the walls of Waverly Hills, unable to find peace.
Visitors claim to see her, a spectral figure in a white uniform, her eyes filled with an eternal sadness. She wanders the halls, a ghostly presence that sends chills down the spines of those who encounter her. They say she roams the halls, her mournful cries echoing through the empty rooms, a chilling reminder of her tragic fate. Her voice, filled with sorrow, can be heard in the dead of night.
And then, there's the infamous Body Chute, a tunnel that has become synonymous with the dark history of Waverly Hills. This tunnel, cold and damp, was used to discreetly transport the bodies of the deceased. It was a practical solution to a grim problem, but it has since taken on a more sinister reputation. Imagine the chilling sight of those lifeless forms, wrapped in white sheets, being whisked away under the cover of darkness. The tunnel became a passageway to the unknown, a final journey for those who succumbed to the disease. They say the spirits of those who died at Waverly, unable to find peace, still wander the halls. Their restless souls are trapped, forever bound to the place where they met their end. They whisper in the darkness, their voices a chilling reminder of the suffering that permeated these walls. The echoes of their pain can still be heard, a testament to the horrors they endured. Footsteps echo in the silence, disembodied voices call out from empty rooms, and the air grows heavy with the weight of countless lost souls. The atmosphere is thick with the presence of those who have passed on. Even today, investigators and thrill-seekers alike flock to Waverly Hills, drawn to its grim history and the promise of a glimpse into the afterlife. The allure of the unknown and the chance to experience the paranormal firsthand is irresistible, but be warned, for the spirits of Waverly Hills are not to be trifled with. The history of this place is steeped in sorrow and pain, and the spirits that remain are a testament to that dark legacy. Deep in the heart of West Virginia, shrouded in an eerie mist, stands the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. This place, with its dark history and chilling presence, has long been a subject of fascination and fear. This sprawling Gothic structure, with its rusted bars and peeling paint, is a chilling testament to the horrors of mental illness and the inhumane treatment endured by its patients. The walls, if they could speak, would tell tales of unimaginable suffering and despair. Opened in 1864, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum was designed to be a place of healing. Its grand architecture and serene surroundings were meant to provide a sanctuary for those tormented by their own minds. But as the years passed, overcrowding, understaffing, and a lack of understanding of mental illness transformed this once hopeful institution into a living nightmare. The asylum became a place where hope was extinguished and the line between sanity and madness blurred. Imagine the despair that clung to the air, the cries of the tormented echoing through the long, empty corridors. The walls absorbed the pain and suffering, creating an atmosphere thick with anguish. Picture the shadows dancing in the flickering gaslight, casting grotesque shapes on the walls, fueling the patients' fears and deepening their descent into madness. The asylum, once a beacon of hope, had become a place of terror. The most infamous resident of the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is said to be a shadow man, a malevolent entity that lurks in the darkest corners of the asylum. His presence is a constant reminder of the darkness that pervades this place.
Witnesses describe him as a towering figure, his form shifting and swirling like smoke, his eyes burning with an unholy light. His very presence sends chills down the spine of anyone who encounters him. Some believe he is the spirit of a former patient, driven mad by the horrors he witnessed. His restless soul, unable to find peace, continues to haunt the asylum, seeking vengeance or perhaps understanding. Others whisper that he is something far more sinister, a demonic entity drawn to the asylum's palpable aura of suffering. This malevolent force feeds on the fear and despair that permeate the asylum's walls. They say he roams the halls at night, his presence heralded by a sudden drop in temperature and an overwhelming sense of dread. The air grows cold, and an eerie silence falls, broken only by the faint whispers of the past. Visitors claim to have seen him lurking in the shadows, his eyes burning into their souls, leaving them shaken and terrified. His presence is a dark stain on the asylum, a reminder of the suffering that took place within its walls.
One of the most haunted areas of the asylum is Ward 4, where the most violent and disturbed patients were kept. This ward, with its dark history, is a focal point for paranormal activity. Imagine the cacophony of screams and moans that must have echoed through these halls, the air thick with the stench of sweat, urine, and fear. The walls, stained with the memories of the past, seem to pulse with a life of their own. It's said that the spirits of those who died within these walls, their minds shattered and their souls broken, still wander the halls, seeking solace that eludes them, even in death. Their restless spirits are a testament to the suffering they endured. Visitors report hearing disembodied voices, feeling cold spots, and witnessing objects moving on their own. The asylum, with its dark history, is a magnet for paranormal activity. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum stands as a chilling reminder of the fragility of the human psyche and the horrors that can unfold when we fail to treat each other with compassion and understanding. It is a place where the past and present collide, creating an atmosphere thick with tension and fear. It is a place where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, a place where the echoes of suffering still reverberate through the halls. The asylum, with its dark history and chilling presence, continues to captivate and terrify those who dare to explore its haunted corridors. So there you have it. 2 haunted asylums, each with its own chilling tales of despair and restless spirits. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium and the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum stand as chilling reminders of the darkness that can reside in the human heart and the lingering echoes of suffering that refuse to be silenced. If you enjoyed tonight's journey into the macabre, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more explorations into the unknown. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss a chilling tale. Until next time, my spooky friends, sleep tight if you can.